Hey, hello everyone. Thought I'd share a devotional with you today. I got a new to me book called Times of Retirement by George Matheson. It's a former library book published in 1901 by Revel. And it's just a cool hardcover here, like a cloth overboard kind of book, and has a picture of Matheson in the front with his signature there at the bottom. So just such a cool book. In the front has a lengthy biography on Matheson. He's the guy, I think I've shared with you before, when he was 20, became blind, had a sister that took good care of him, and she even learned Greek and Hebrew and Latin to help him as a pastor. Just an amazing testimony. Highly recommend reading up on George Matheson. Great Scottish minister. So this is a book of devotions, daily thoughts, daily devotions, and this one is called The Attractiveness of Christ. And he quotes from John 4, verse 2, "Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with." And this is, of course, that encounter of Jesus with the woman at the well, the Samaritan woman. He writes, "The woman of Samaria has struck the marvel in the life of Jesus. He had nothing to draw with. The most attractive figure in the fields of time had no outward cause for his attractiveness. He says so himself, quote, if I be lifted up, will draw all men unto me," end quote. His drawing will be proportionate to his withdrawing, to his shrinking within himself, to his sacrifice. The greatest compliment you can pay to man or woman is to say that they attract without adornment. There are some who would reveal their birth in any garb, in the meanest, in the poorest. You might clothe them in rags, you might lodge them in hovels, you might surround them with the humblest furniture, but their speech would betray them to be not of Galilee. They have nothing to draw with, but they themselves draw. They may stand before the judgment seat of a Pilate, but their attitude says, "I am a king." So is it with thee, thou Son of the Highest. Thou hast nothing to attract but thine own beauty. Thou hast put off the best robe of the Father. Thou hast assumed the dress of the prodigal son. It is in a soiled garment that thou hast solicited my love. Thou hast come to me footsore and weary, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. Thou hast offered me no gifts of material glory. Thou hast asked me to share thy poverty. Thou hast said, "Wilt thou come with me to the place where the thorns are rifest, to the land where the roses are the most rare? Wilt thou follow me down the deep shadows of Gethsemane, up the steep heights of Calvary? Wilt thou go with me where the hungry cry for bread, where the sick implore for health, where the weary weep for rest? Wilt thou accompany me where pain dwells, where danger lurks, where death lies? Wilt thou walk with me through the lanes and alleys where the poor meet and struggle and die? Wilt thou live with me where the world passes by in scorn, where fashion pauses not to rest, where even disciples have often forsaken me and fled? Then is thy love complete, my triumph perfected. Then have I reached the summit of human glory, for thou hast chosen me for myself alone, and without the aid of earth I have drawn thy heart to heaven." Let me just repeat that last sentence. Then have I reached the summit of human glory, for thou hast chosen me for myself alone, and without the aid of earth I have drawn thy heart to heaven. Such a powerful devotional, powerful, yes, a little more difficult to follow. It's written in some Old English by a Scot, and yet powerful as he asks those difficult questions as far as, where will we go with him? Accompany him where the pain dwells, the danger lurks, the death lies. Will we walk with him through the lanes and alleys where the poor meet and the struggle die? Where the poor meet and struggle and die. Very convicting. Who are we willing to associate with? Jesus was willing to associate with this woman from Samaria. First of all, he's associating with a woman. That wasn't something that was culturally something they were to do, especially by themselves. Second of all, associate with and communicate and connect with this Samaritan woman, which that was, again, a cultural no-no. He was not to do that. But Jesus, he did that, did he not? He broke down the cultural no-nos. He broke down those things that were not culturally acceptable to do, and he went to those people. Whether it be this woman who was divorced several times and now living with a man, whether it be a tax collector, not a taxpayer. He sought out the tax collector. He sought out those who were prostitutes, lepers. He touched them. That's our Jesus. God bless you all. Have a great day and a great weekend. I hope you are walking closely with the Savior.